have some education and knowledge. Okay, I'm very disturbed. I'm trying to contain my anger, and I'm not going to let it get to me, but I'm talking to everybody in here. There's certain people who vote as a block. There's certain people, how many minutes I got? Okay, 30 seconds, vote with your conscience. Vote and do the right thing, if there is a vote. Otherwise, abandon your job as community board member. Abandon your job as committee chairperson. Abandon ship.
So I don't know if you came late, but we're not voting on Empire State Group tonight.
Okay, but that's coming in the future, and I just want to make sure you guys need to videotape.
We videotaping here. We have our
committee meetings.
We have our own cameras here that's videotaping as well. We had a meeting the other night, and it's going right back to transportation right from the beginning to collect all the commentaries from the community residents as well as board members to do everything from the beginning.
Upload it and put it on the website, please. Everybody can't come to every meeting. People do work. People are handicapped. Everybody can't get
Thank you.
Please put it on
Mr.
the
Mobility?
website.
Everything's starting all over. We share that with the chairperson to have DOT come back as well. The last one, Mr. Terry.
Can you repeat what Simone said for everyone?
She asked was DOT coming back to present their presentation to the chair of transportation committee. I said yes. We have to do everything over from the beginning.
My point is, I think they understood that people were not happy with this variance and
Yeah.
the process, and they were, their intention was to go back to the drawing board and make some type of amendment.
Correct.
So are we saying the amended version or the initial?
We're gonna mention that to the DOT because we have a new commentary of this year that we, and after that initial presentation that we're gonna share with DOT. And I believe they're gonna have to go back to amend their construction project. So I'm gonna ask board members who did not sign in, please sign in because we're gonna actually go on the last, we gotta move into business session, so. And I want to acknowledge those who are here representing Honorable the Mayor, Bill de Blasio's office. Tahira Moore, she's here in the back. Do you have anything to share? Actually, I'm going to say this concludes our public comment period. So you have anything to share, Tahira? All right. From the Honorable Public Advocate's Office, Letitia James, we have Brian McLaurin who's here. Do you have anything to share, Brian? Good. From the Honorable Brooklyn Borough President Eric Adams, we have Jay Pollard who's here. Do you have anything to share on behalf of the Borough President? From Honorable Brooklyn District Attorney Ken Thompson, we have Ms. Crawford who's here. Do you have anything to share? We had a great meeting with the District Attorney this morning. From the Honorable New York State Jesse Hamilton's office, we have Ruben Lipkin. Do you have something to share, Mr. Lipkin? No. Not a problem. Come on.
Excuse me, just take a moment of time. This Saturday, January 30th, 10:30 a.m. to 12 p.m., we're going to have a Know Your Rights Housing Forum workshop. It's going to be at 905 Winthrop Street on the 3rd floor library. It's going to be East 22nd, between East 22nd and East 35th Street around Winthrop. That's up by Utica Avenue area. Okay? Hope you can come. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Ruben. The next person we're going to have is from the Honorable Assemblywoman Diana Richardson, office, Sam Clark. Who's here? We have something to announce? Beautiful. Next person. New York City Fire Department Battalion Chief Steve Trecker. I want to acknowledge him. Sir, you want to come over here and share something? Please, sir, I'm asking if you don't mind, Battalion Chief, please.
I'll take any questions. I just want to let you people know that we are honored and proud to serve the community. We're up on St. John's Place, and you can call us anytime.
Thank you. I appreciate your service, Deputy Chief. All right, roll call. Patricia Baker. Stuart Stuart Balberg. Reverend Douglas Banks. Good evening, sir. Fred Baptiste.
Here.
Jacob Berman. Simone Bennett. Warren Burke. Augustine Blackwell. Ben Edwards. Sheila Foster Golden. Dr. Zarina Fredericks. Rabbi Jacob Goldstein. Okay. I'm up to Rabbi Malcolm Gross. Rabbi Malcolm Gross.
Here.
Sylvia Hamilton Gonzalez.
Here.
Kira Lee Harry. Aaron Hershaw.
Here.
Louis Johnson.
Here.
Demetrius Lawrence, present. Francisco Leopold. Avi Luscious.
Yeah.
Mathis Limburger.
Here.
I'm sorry. Oh, he didn't sign in. I'm on. Ah, he didn't sign in. Right. Michael Lyburn.
Here.
Thank you. I'm only checking those that signed in. That's why I pulled it up. Denise Mann.
Here.
The library is here. The library is here. Denise Mann, she's present.
Here.
Karen Martinez. Scott Matthews Novelli. Welcome aboard to the new chair, Committee Board 9. Musa Moore. Beverly Newsom. Rio Peerbooms.
Here.
Danella Rome Perry.
Here.
Hector Robertson. Roosevelt Rose.
Here.
Rabbi Joseph Steelman.
Here.
Ada Terry.
Here.
Tim Thomas. Jacqueline Welsh.
Here.
Evelyn Williams. We have 35 present, we have a quorum. So I want to share this with we're in business session now. The minutes for November, we don't have the minutes for November, nor do we have the minutes for December. And I want to share something with you. I shared this with the executive committee, I think I shared this with the chairs. This is very unacceptable as a board that we don't have our general public minutes. I've reached out to Stuart Balber and spoke to him on several occasions on making sure and ensuring we get these minutes in on time. And I was prepared to speak before the full board tonight on his lack of giving the minutes and his attendance. And in the presence of the full board, Mr. Stuart Balber offered his letter of resignation from the position of Executive Secretary. Since I hereby resign from the position of Executive Secretary of Community Board 9 because of personal commitments, thank you for your assistance you have given. So right now at this time, we accept this resignation on behalf of Stuart Balber in his position from Executive Secretary, which leaves an open position. And at that meeting, you see Mr. Hector Robertson was up here because we have to capture the minutes from the beginning of our meetings. I've asked him to copy the minutes, and that's why he's up here, so I appreciate him and thank him. And it's not easy. So those members, if he's not here, if you don't mind, in spite of our video camera and tape recording, we need someone who can capture the minutes. And I appreciate Kara Lee, who's been doing it for the last few months, but the next following months, we're going to need someone to take the minutes until we elect a new executive secretary. Committee reports. Oh, Peter's here. Okay. Mr. Tim Thomas. I get a motion to accept his resignation on behalf of Stuart Balber from the full board.
So moved.
Second, so moved in a second. All those in favor? Any abstentions? Anyone opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries. Thank you. Transportation.
Tim Thomas, Transportation Chair. At the meeting, as you've heard, there was some confusion. The members of the committee voted on a project was then later found out to have been tabled in a previous meeting. The vote on that meeting is therefore null and void. The original vote that I've spoken of before was a miscommunication between myself and Pearl Miles, who I would usually send the minutes and she would type them up. Not advisable, that's what happened. No, I'm not blaming Pearl. She told me, this is transportation. You know, I feel like I got thrown under a bus today, so. Thank you. So what really happened was that the confusion was actually about whether or not that vote needed to take place. And the members of the committee have, in fact, come forward and given their remembrance that there was, in fact, a vote. The question was whether the vote was necessary or not. And it was only at the next community board meeting that we found out that they were, in fact, looking for a letter of recommendation. All that is behind us. I hope we can move forward. I would also like to say that I apologize if anything that I said outside of the meeting and not intended for another audience was taken the way it was taken. I should not have ever used the F word. Well, clown is not such a bad word, but in that particular instance, it's probably not advisable. Okay, so what happened at the meeting after that, which I believe is still admissible, it was a conversation that was brought to the attention of the committee by Jakob Berman, who is both a member of Community Board 9 and was also speaking on behalf of the religious community that lives on or near Kingston Avenue, the Jewish community, a situation that has been happening. Those of you who are aware of Sabbath rules know that you're not supposed to work or handle money after the sun goes down on the Sabbath. So imagine the situation, you have your car parked and a parking meter that says you have to feed that meter until 7 o'clock, you're in a bind, right? According to Mr. Berman, other neighborhoods have dealt with this issue. Now that we have the new kinds of parking meters, it is possible, in fact, to prepay a couple hours, 3 hours. So our understanding at the committee level was that this is something that DOT could, in fact, address. And though we came up with a bunch back and forth of ideas of how that might be best done, the ultimate decision was to essentially send a letter. This was a unanimous decision to send a letter outlining what the problem is and asking that DOT address it in a way that they see fit. So what the committee has recommended and we would like full board approval on is to send a letter to DOT outlining the problem. By the way, it's only in winter months that this happens, obviously, because the sun goes down quite early. So we'll outline the problem to them, and then they can come back and respond to us with a way that they would like to address this. Yeah.
I just want to add to it that in the communities that I've done it, it's worked out great. There are 5 different neighborhoods. Everybody.
Just want to enhance what he's talking about. There are 5 different neighborhoods in Brooklyn. There's one Far Rockaway. They have this problem. It's a huge problem for people to try to go hunt parking places. Hence, some people just forget they leave their cars and they find themselves with it. So this would not reduce any revenue from the city of New York. They would get their money. In fact, they're going to make a profit. But the people would pay forward 4 or 5 hours into the meter, and that would eliminate the problem. It would only be on Kingston Avenue because that's where the problem is. And I think this is a very good solution to a situation that is difficult and hard to bear. Thank you.
Can we do that vote later? Okay. Does anybody else have questions for everyone? I believe right now that it's through 7. Oh, Yakov is here.
First of all, I just want to add that even in the summer months, the stores on Kingston are usually closed by 4 o'clock. So we're not really worried that the stores are going to lose business because the cars are not going to be able to park. There's going to be cars parking there for a long time. So there's really no loss of business for the stores. I went down to a number of the stores. Everybody was supportive of this plan. I spoke to the district leader last night in Community Board 12. And he hadn't had not one. They're doing this going on for a few years. There was not one complaint. Everybody only positive responses to this plan. It was done. It works. So I would suggest we do the same. In regards to your question, I'm from Empire up to Eastern Parkway. Not all those blocks are commercial blocks. Some of those blocks are not meter blocks. But Jake and Mr. Rabbi Goldson said it's 5 blocks that we're discussing here. I didn't do that.
Just to be clear, we're not voting tonight on the exact manner in which this is going to be. We're going to try to alleviate the problem. That will be for DOT to come back to us with the decision. And I hope at some point also the JCC, is it the community council, or the people will be involved in that process. They will have a chance to weigh in. Does JCC know?
The only people involved, my understanding, is the community board and Councilmember Cumbo. I approached her office, and again, they're going to look at the other communities, and I believe that she also seems supportive of this idea. Again, I don't see any downside because we're asking people to pay for parking. We're not saying the city should lose revenue, and we're also and the stores are closed anyway, so it's no longer commercial streets, that block on Friday. So there's really no need to limit the parking to 1 hour. It's a win-win for everybody, and I hope that the board supports and votes for the proposal. To my understanding was that we're going to send a letter asking them to consider prepaid parking, no? If you're not more specific, that was
the reason that I don't want to get specific is I want them to come back to the committee and say this is what we're doing.
I don't want to waste time. We have a model that works in other communities.
Yeah, they need to. But the thing is, yeah, they need to come back and tell us what that model is.
Yeah, but you also.
We don't know what that is. We voted to send a letter asking DOT to.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
I'm Aaron Hirschkopf, Community Board 9 member. As board members, we're told to go out to the community to listen, to hear, and to come back and bring change to make it better, the infrastructure of the community. As board members, Yaakov and I went out and we did our own study and we listened to the people and they said, hey, we have a problem on Kingston Avenue. So we're coming to the board, as board members, to the committee and saying, hey, we have a problem, we know what the resolution is, and we need to ask DOT to make prepaid parking. Don't try to change it into something what we're not asking for. We're not asking for anything else. We're asking for prepaid parking. That's what we're asking for, and that's what we want the letter to say.
We're not asking the city should lose money. We're not requesting to do anything new. We're requesting to do something that worked in other communities. And like I said, the Community Board 12, it worked great. They go to Rockaway, I don't know what Rockaway, 18th Avenue, 16th Avenue. In some communities, they actually stop meters altogether on 5 o'clock on Friday, and I'm not suggesting that. I'm suggesting we should pay for parking, just allow 4-hour prepaid 1 day a week.
Guys, I think what you're missing here is we agree. But the point is that it's not our transportation committee's job to tell DOT how to do their job. Our job is to say we have a problem, we'd like you to address it, and to do so in a timely manner.
We need to tell them what the problem is in order for them to address it.
We can go ahead and suggest possible remedies. That's fine with me. But I can't promise, for instance, that this vote is going to end exactly how you want it.
Thank you. To the committee chairs, I'm going to ask Honorable Rippon to come up here. If you have anything additional that you need to add to your minutes that's already been here? No? Then we're going to have Honorable Rippon. She wants to share one thing on behalf of Councilwoman Darlene Miller.
Good evening, everybody. I'm sorry to interrupt, but I did have a few announcements. We do have our flyers in the back. There are a lot of events taking place in the 41st Council District. I just want to draw your attention to the NYC Parks Department lifeguard training program. The deadline is January 29th, and that is a program for age 16 and up to become a municipal lifeguard. If you have the qualifications of 20/30 eyesight, 20/40 in the other eye, swim 50 yards at the time of employment. This is a wonderful opportunity for our youth to develop a really solid, skill set and great earning power. So the deadline is the 20th, and it's on the second page of our newsletter. In addition, we have our advisory board. This Saturday at our district office, we will have someone from Family Housing of Greater New York, landlord-tenant issues and wills, but the main focus would be on landlord-tenant and housing issues. We have a lawyer who will go over the protocol of representing yourself in court in case you don't have a lawyer. We also have a bus to Albany. Please call our office if you're interested. It's $20 for transportation and a lunch. That's for the Black, Latino, Asian Caucus taking place on February 13th. We have being that it's Black History Month in the next week or so, we're celebrating Black History local. Here is the 41st District in Bed-Stuy at PS 40. So all the flyers are in the back. And I just lastly want to say that anybody who has any issues that need legislative direction, please feel free to call our office and set up a meeting. Thank you so much. I'm sorry. Thank you.
Thank you. So, on you got some paperwork. So last month we had, I just want to share this, what we're doing, we're actually going to vote on those items that was in December that we didn't get a chance to vote on because we lost quorum when it was a business session. So the following items that we have on the agenda to vote on, we're going to vote on the Kingston Avenue Street as well as Carmen Martinez. Yeah, I'm going to mention that in your resolution. So first one is the rules of conduct to the community board 9 members. We had the new rules of conduct that we had to vote on, which actually moved the public comment period from the end of business session to the end of public session. So this is what we were supposed to vote on last month. Everyone had a chance to read it. I'm going to take not a roll call, but can I get a vote, a motion to accept the minutes of the rules of conduct for community board 9 minutes? I can't get a motion.
I submit a motion to accept the rules of conduct.
It's moved and seconded by Avi. So instead of calling individual names, all in favor? Aye. All opposed? We have no problem with this one. Because we're going to get right now. We got quorum of 35, 36 now with Peter. All those in favor? Say aye. All opposed? Any abstentions? This has been adopted, the first one. So the next one we're voting on is the smoke-free housing resolution. We received that resolution last month, December. Carmen, you want to speak on that perhaps before we take the vote? No? Yep, we did. So now we're going to go for the vote. We're going to do the roll call.